Ann, thank you so much for joining us here at Saver Systems. We're so grateful that you would be able to spend the afternoon with us. So grateful you could be a part of the summit. Let me first start with this. So the first summit, what were your takeaways from the event?
My takeaways from the event. Well, first, I really enjoyed being able to watch the other presenters and seeing the diversity that you had of the people that you invited in and the very different topics, but they could do something with it, right? So it was fun to be a part of that. When I arrived, you were all doing the gathering on the beach outside.
Okay.
And so that was my first experience. I was like, oh, this is lovely. And then the clarity of, and we're going to stop at noon because we have promised all of you that you get this connection time with each other outside of it.
Yeah.
And, I think lots of times in summits, people think, oh, I'm just going for the content. But it's really that other social part of it and the community belonging part of it that I think makes it really rich. And that you are very intentional about bringing that as a real critical part, not as an afterthought to your summit, makes it really special, in my opinion.
Yeah. As we think about the sort of the needs of the people that are running these companies, that are facing the challenges that they face, and I think what we're really looking for, if we're going to be specific about the value prop of these videos, is how to take the content learned, how to push to that next level of making some actionable change. So we've both been business advisors at Aileron.
Right.
So if you were to think about that canvas of customers, what would stand out to you about sort of the first thing you would notice about a company that's really grasping this concept and utilizing it well?
Yeah, it's such a great question because I think we can certainly work with organizations, but the evidence then comes later to see what has been the impact of how they've actually utilized it.
Yeah.
So somebody can fill out the value prop canvas.
Yep.
Now, whether that takes hold, I think shows up in different ways. So one is, do we see real clarity of mission from these organizations and see evidence of that mission being lived, right? So I think mission, because value prop is really kind of incorporated, it infuses mission in a really important way, that we should be able to see how products and services align with mission, right? So what's Saver Systems' mission?
Help our customers become the hero of their story.
Okay, the hero of their story, right? So if I were going to look at any of your products and services and say, okay, that is where you add value, this is where you're different than anybody else in this industry, right? And we were going to point to, a clear representation of that in a product or service that you offer, what would you say?
It shapes how we relationally work with customers. But it comes from our sense of how we create the most value for our customers is not just by providing products, but by partnering and using those products to help them grow their businesses.
Yeah.
We understand that our customers are small business owners who've taken incredible risks to start a business, to employ people.
Yeah.
We believe that our core mission is to help them in that story. It's not us, it's not about us.
Yeah.
It's about them.
Yeah.
It's about what they're doing that's heroic, but it's about how can we help? How can we help make that journey a little less rigorous, a little less challenging?
And I think this whole experience of the videos that you do and the content that you're bringing is a representation of how you're helping and supporting them. It's because it's all in service of helping the business owner be the one to be the hero. And that has been a very intentional and thoughtful process to say, if we're going to do this, how does it align with what our mission says we're all about?
Yes.
That to me starts to signal that people know how to use the value prop. And I think the second one is really a much deeper level of how value prop gets integrated with what is the value proposition for our products and services, and what is the value proposition for our employees.
So both thinking through the external audience as well as internal.
Exactly. And when those come together, I just think you see businesses soar.
Yeah. So if you're working with a service company, and maybe trying to help them shape how they create the customer experience of in-home selling, what would be some tips? How would you start to work through a value prop canvas, or help them work through a value prop canvas if you're working with them?
Yeah, I think the first place we have to start is a relational conversation with the customer around the chimney.
Yeah.
What purpose does it serve for you? Right? Like, what does it bring you? If it could do anything more for you, what might that be? How do we get into a conversation with the customer around their own pains and gains and their own language? Like, what would you want to be new, better, or different about this? What are the undesired outcomes from having a chimney? Then we can start to go, what are the products or services that we actually believe would address those pains and gains and jobs?
So you listed off some questions, rapid fire, that are absolute gold. I think I recognize them as like those questions that help you explore jobs versus the questions that are designed to help you explore gains.
Yes.
Is there a way that our customers could get those questions?
Oh, sure. I know we had a whole set of questions.
Yep.
I don't remember if it was in the material that we gave, but there's this whole set of questions that's like, when you're exploring jobs, ask these questions. When you're exploring pains, ask these questions.
Yes.
So I think that would be a great actionable tip for people to just experiment with it and try it out.
Yes, I agree. It's actionable. You could have a page with 3 sections of here's the 3 best questions to start a conversation on jobs. Here's the 3 best questions to start a or more, right?
Yeah.
And you could go through that. It's something you could hand your technician.
Absolutely.
And you could do some role playing and help them understand
Oh, gosh.
exactly what you're saying, which is, so what do you want from your chimney?
Exactly.
What are you hoping for? What bothers you about it? What would just blow your mind if it could do this, right?
Right. We may hear someone say something and we're like, we've never even thought about that. Do we want to test that as a possible product or service? Because we've never even thought about it before.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say, for example, someone were to say, hey, you know what I really want? I would really love a DIY kit for how do I clean my chimney, and I could use you as a resource where you coach me. If we give people a chance to answer those questions, they're thinking questions.
Yeah.
They're questions for the homeowner to really think about. Oh, this is an interesting question. I hadn't really thought about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the creative space for then other ideas for a product or service to emerge.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You
As
bet.
always, you've given me a lot to think about.
You've given me a lot to think about too. Thank you for having me.